I'm one of like the only black people here. Like you would know, you would know exactly who is coming into this town. I know. So it just doesn't make any sense.
The Haitian cartel probably wouldn't just be driving down the street
in a minivan.
In a minivan in the middle of the day with South Carolina, North
what
Carolina
little
tags.
I do know about
the Haitian cartel is going to do a better
the
job.
Haitian cartel and the Mexican cartel, that don't seem plausible. It doesn't make sense. And usually when something, where there's smoke, there's fire, there's something else going on here. There's something bigger at play. And I think only time will tell. Because
when you
nobody was getting a tummy tuck from what I understand, but
yeah,
we're all still telling that story.
Do we know, and maybe this is a silly question, because when they cross the border, do they check the vehicle for like weapons or anything like that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they can. Let me rephrase. They can.
They may not do it for every vehicle, but they can.
Because
I almost wonder all that stuff too.
A checkpoint. Do they feel like
kind of like TSA?
Well, this
sometimes
is the thing.
I get my pepper spray through.
Well, I think what we realized is because I remember somebody had. I was talking to somebody about somebody going to Mexico across the border, like smuggling themselves over the border, because they had jumped bond here in Horry County, and I was like, "How do you just do that?" I'm like, "Well, I don't really think they care if you're going that way. You know what I mean? We care when you're coming this way. We're searching and doing all those things. I'm not necessarily sure that the Mexican government really cares if you're carrying guns, drugs, whatever, because that's what they do, allegedly."
This is all alleged.
Allegedly.
Well, yeah. What questions do you ladies have in your minds as details are starting to come out? What do you want answered?
I mean, I think we just want to know what happened, what really happened. And, no matter what happened, even if they were going there to buy drugs or whatever, they don't deserve to die for it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's an awful thing that happened, and my heart goes out to their families because they all deserve better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel exactly the way the Mexican government doesn't want me to feel, which is I'm not booking a Mexican vacation anytime soon. Because it just feels like chaos.
If I had not paid all that money already, I probably would.
Well, it would be interesting to know.
If anything happens to me, y'all are in charge, okay? You're totally in charge of everything.
If anything happens to you, I will not trust the cartel.
Pinky swear?
I promise.
You get to the bottom of it and you hire somebody to figure it out.
Yeah.
The best of the best. You'll have access to all
I just think also people are calling on the American government to do more when it's like
there's really
our
nothing
people.
they can do.
Yeah, right.
Unless we're gonna like do something crazy like international relations crazy, we can't prosecute them for what they did in another country.
Listen, let me tell you
our hands are tied, and I think the government came out with a statement that was like, I just want the American people to know that we're always doing everything we can do to stop the cartel, but you can't go to Mexico and the cartel is there and then look at us and be like, why?
Do something.
I will say this. So the president of Mexico just spoke at a conference, and they were talking about drugs and the cartel and all this stuff. And they were asking about fentanyl because we know the majority of that comes from Mexico and South America. And when he said this, I started laughing. He said that fentanyl overdoses were because we don't value families, a mom and dad and family. Like he started with this whole thing about how we don't have a core values in family, and that's why people die. And I'm like, the president of Mexico is talking about the reason for fentanyl overdoses in America is because we don't have family values and core principles of a mother and father in a family. Okay, all right.
It's not because
it has nothing to do with the cartel at all.
Not because you guys want to make more money for less drugs.
Right.
Crazy.
Well, it will be interesting if like data is released, if like cruises to Mexico have gone down, or travel to Mexico has gone down.
Well, the State Department, because we got a warning because we have flights, told us not to go.
Really? Wow.
Knocking on wood.
Everyone needs to send all their
for the best.
good vibes and prayers to
You'll be
Justin
fine.
Rainey then.
That's will be fine.
But you'll have to give us an update though when you come back of if anything felt like it was extra security or anything like that. Yeah. But that ex-Carre place, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but I have been there on a cruise ship because it's one of those excursions you can take a bus to. So that is
Tulum.
Real freaky.
They've had the same thing.
Yeah.
I always want to go to Tulum, and that was off my list.
Well, you always feel safe in like American-led things, like those cruise ships and stuff. You always feel like that is a safe environment wherever they dock and stuff. And so That is scary.
And up until the last, couple years, it's been very safe. All the tourist areas of the cartel has not messed with it.
Yeah.
We haven't seen all that stuff, all that violence. We've seen it out on the outside of it, but we've never up close and personal, but now we're seeing it.
Yeah.
And it's scary.
It is scary. Well, any final thoughts on this, ladies?
We're waiting just for everything to unfold.
Yeah,
for sure.
I feel bad.
Thank you guys for watching this.
Yeah.
Of course, we felt it was important to talk about with it being so close to home, and with the nation talking about this story right now. But we are waiting to hear more details, just like you guys are. There's more investigations being done, more details that are coming out. So we will let you know those as they come out. But of course, you're always welcome to reach out to us as well. We love to hear your questions and comments, and would love to hear from you. You can visit us online at justiceslovely.com, or we're everywhere that you consume your media. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We'd love to hear from you there as well. Thanks so much for watching today, and we'll see you next week.
When life